Shalom. First and foremost, I would love to start by giving all honor, glory, and infinite praises unto Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us the truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the sincere Akim, laboring in this truth, preaching and teaching, believing on the name Yahweh Yahawashi. And peace, blessings, and salutations to the men, women, and children that believe on the name Yahweh Yahawashi. And I just wanted to do a quick lesson through the Spirit. I was reading Sirach, the first chapter last night. And man, it's a beautiful chapter. I know we often go into Sirach, the second chapter, and that too as well is a beautiful chapter. Along with the whole book of Sirach, because it's a lot of wisdom, a lot of advice, on how to move in this life, but in order to really in order to really maneuver in this life, we need the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, because we don't truly know how to live or understand how to live unless you're living according to the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahawashi. Because when you just living, I mean, the scriptures talk about how certain things, especially as being Israelites, it's certain things that we do, that's just innate. It's just in us. You know what I'm saying? Because we're the apple of the Lord's eye. You know what I'm saying? So some things that Jake do that's righteous, Jake be doing some righteous shit and don't know that it's like not righteous shit. But Jake could be doing doing an act of righteousness, but not knowing they're doing it. The scriptures talk about that in the book of Romans. I forget where it's at, so I'm just merely paraphrasing. But in understanding, but when you really come into the fullness, of the truth, of the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi and how we're supposed to live, that's when we are able to move in the spirit. That's when we're able to do the things that are right in the sight of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi and please our power. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how we're supposed to live. We're supposed to be governing our lives according to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that we found in the scriptures. But in order to even increase in this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, it begins with fearing Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. And matter of fact, I'm gonna get Proverbs 1:7. I'm gonna start with this. It says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge," right? But fools despise wisdom and instruction. So only a fool is gonna live according to their own way. Only a fool is gonna come up think they got all the answers. But a true person of wisdom and understanding, they're gonna adhere to the counsels of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. And what's the counsels? The scriptures. The men that teach us, beginning with our apostles and elders on down. You know what I'm saying? To the other men that have entered into those labels. But with that being said, let's get into some scriptures. Because I want to start with the fear. Because we know fear is fear work hand in hand with wisdom. So the main point I'm hitting on is wisdom, fear, but it's gonna get into wisdom as well, because fearing the Lord adds unto you. Fearing the Lord adds unto you in wisdom because of the true fear. But I'll start with Sirach 1:11, Ecclesiasticus. It reads, "The fear of the Lord is honor and glory." So in fear of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, it's true honor and glory in that. And we're finna really truly receive honor and glory at the second coming of our power, second coming of our Lord and Savior, Hamashiach Yahawashi, when we're joint hands with him. It says, "And a crown of rejoicing." Because we're gonna receive a crown of life. There's a crown laid up for us, but we have to endure in this life. You know what I'm saying? We have to practice on how to live in righteousness now before the Lord exalts us to that state, of being joint heirs with his son, his only begotten son, right? It says, "The fear of the Lord maketh a merry heart, a mind." Because what? Happy is the man that findeth wisdom and a get of understanding. I did a lesson on that a couple days back. Because that's what makes that's what makes a merry heart. It's fearing Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, because now the Most High is guiding you. The Most High is governing your life. The Most High is directing your footsteps. You know what I'm saying? It says, "It maketh a merry heart and giveth joy and gladness and a long life." Right? It gives gladness and a long life. You can live a long life on this side, but we don't seek to truly be here in America in this captivity forever. But that long life we're going to receive, we're going to experience what long life and what true living is in the kingdom of heaven when we're joint hands with Hamashiach Yahawashi, right? It says, "Whoso feareth the Lord, it shall go well with him at the last." So at the last, what, at the day of your death, if you die on the side, it's gonna go well with you. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be just a gruesome and grievous thing. You know what I'm saying? Because when you think about you think about Stephen, or you think about John on the Isle of Patmos, because when you go into the history, how they put him in a pot or boiling oil and tried to cook him to death, basically, and he was still prophesying. It was going well with him. Or when they threw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the midst of the burning furnace when Nebuchadnezzar set up that image. You know, it went well with him. When you think about Daniel in the lion's den, it went well with him. You know, different accounts in the scriptures where it went well with the men of the Lord. Why? Because they feared Yahawah Shem Yahawashi rather than man. Right? It says, verse 13, it says, whoso feareth the Lord, it shall go well with him at the last, and he shall find favor in the day of his death. You'll find favor in the day of your death. Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahawashi have mercy on you, even though they stoned Stephen to death. You know what I'm saying? He still was looking up into heaven. You know what I'm saying? The Holy Spirit was with him, and he saw what Yahweh sitting on the right hand of his father. And in understanding that, Stephen probably didn't even feel the stoning. No, the scriptures don't say that, but you know, as we extrapolate the scriptures, to be able to continuously look up into heaven while you getting stoned to death, man, the Lord got to be with you, right? To be in the midst of a burn, to be in the midst of a furnace and not get burned, the Lord was really with him. So it says, verse 14, it says, here it is again. It says, to fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. That's the beginning of wisdom. And fearing Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, that's the beginning of wisdom. That's the beginning of it. But you gotta truly fear Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. When you fear Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, that's gonna breed discipline. It's gonna cause you to do the things like we said, found written in the scriptures. You're not gonna do after your own lust, your own will, your own desires. You're not gonna do this, you're not gonna do certain shit that other people in the world are doing. Because you're like, hell nah, the Lord ain't with that shit. But the Lord get pissed off and jack my ass up. Even if you know what I'm saying, something might not necessarily be all, but it bother your spirit because of the way you fear the Lord, you won't do it. Right? It says, and give Salaki, verse 14 says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb. Just like it said, what he said in Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5, it said it was created with the faithful in the womb. When you go into that Jeremiah 1 and 5, right? It says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. Meaning he separated Jeremiah. He already set him apart for himself, for his own use. And that's what the Lord is doing with us here in these latter days. He's using us for his own use. It's for his own benefit. And that's why we got to be praying. Elder, you right, did a video a couple days ago on Lord William. You know, because a couple points I wanted to make on the lesson that Zaquan did. But even in understanding that, the Lord created that was with the faithful in the womb. The Lord is using us for his own benefit. And we got to be praying that the Lord is leading us down the path of righteousness, that the Lord is leading us the right way. Because the understanding that the Lord is in control of both sides. He says, as rivers of water, he said, as the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord, and as rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. And Proverbs 21:1, you know, so in understanding that, like the Lord can do with you whatever he pleases. So we got to constantly be fighting to do what pleases Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. Because when we fighting to do what pleases Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, it shows that we truly fear him. Because only when you fear a person are you going to do the things that they want you to do. Are you going to try to meet the quota? Are you going to try to hit the deadline? You know what I'm saying? Understanding that what? Because we don't want the Lord to take the Holy Spirit away from us. We don't want the Lord to fuck us up. We don't want to be left out, left stranded in the midst of Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be left in the midst of burning America, burning Babylon. You know what I'm saying? We want to be delivered. We want to be delivered and called up into those chariots. But that all begins with fearing Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. Because in fearing Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, it's going to come with wisdom. And that wisdom comes with instruction and showing us how we're supposed to live our day-to-day lives to please the one that we fear. And that's Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. But I'm going to finish this out. It says, Jeremiah 1:5, it says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee and ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. So he had already ordained him a prophet unto the nations. And we got to be praying to the Lord, that we're the true men of the Lord here in these latter days, the men that he set up to preach and teach this truth and be a guide unto the elect of Israel. Because it ain't about 2/3 on this side. It's only about the elect. And so we got to be praying that the Lord is using us in righteousness. Because guess what? The Lord used Judas in wickedness to do something to his only begotten son. The Lord is going to use men here in these latter days to betray the prophets. We got to be praying that the Lord got us in a right-handed lot and not a left-handed lot. But it all begins with fearing Yahawah Shem Yahawashi and making sure that when you wake up and your feet hit the floor, that you're doing what pleases the one that we're supposed to fear. And that's Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. Right? But going back, it says to fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb. So it created with the faithful, the ones that the Lord had always had intended for his use. And we want to be meat for our master's use. That we can do what pleases our power day in and day out. Doing our lessons, reading and studying, giving our minds to the epistles, the exhortations, going out on the highways and the hedges and prophesying. You know what I'm saying? Not being reprobate silver. You know what I'm saying? But examining ourselves. That's the part of the examination. Lord, when I go into that, examining ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it all boils down to, is examine ourselves, making sure we're doing what we're supposed to be doing to please our power. Because we have great examples with the men in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? The things that were written aforetime, but even more now here in these latter days, that the Most High has set up our teachers before our eyes, beginning with our apostles and elders and the men on down that have entered into those labors. Right? This is verse 15. It says, she have built an everlasting foundation with men. So the Lord has built an everlasting foundation with men. This is the foundation before the beginning of time. This has always been the foundation. And what? A lot of part, the big part of that foundation is fearing Yahawashi Yahawashi. We don't worry about certain things with brothers. He's like, man, I know he fear the Lord. Certain things that brothers don't worry about with brothers because you know he fear the Lord. But then they come into question when brothers get to doing certain shit, like, shit, if you fear the Lord, Jake, you wouldn't do that. Or you wouldn't do this, you wouldn't do that. So then you got to go back to the drawing board, you got to go back to the foundation. Because it begins with fearing Yahawashi Yahawashi. When you truly fear Yahawashi Yahawashi, man, the Lord adds unto you. A lot of these things are the benefits of fearing Yahawashi Yahawashi. And a lot of these benefits make you the man that you're supposed to be in the sight of our power. Right? It says she have built an everlasting foundation with men, and she shall continue with her seed. It says the fear of the Lord is the fullness of wisdom. The fear of the Lord is the fullness of wisdom. The Lord has given us 100% truth on this side. Yes, some things that we might not have, some things that we might not know, and certain things that haven't been revealed to us yet. But the Lord it's going to be even more complete in the kingdom of heaven. It said the fullness of it, though. It says, and filleth men with her fruits. Yes, so it say you should know a man by his fruits. That's how you know who the men of the Lord are, is by their fruits. By the certain things that men do. You feel what I'm saying? That's how you know who the men of the Lord are. But the Lord ain't done purifying the men of the Lord. He's getting ready to make his men more precious than fine gold. Why? Because they fear him. Because they keep the law, statutes, commandments. Because they govern their lives to please him. They live their lives to please Yahawashi Yahawashi. Not to their own will. Not because I want to go get this fat ass job where they pay this good amount of money. Or not because I'm chasing some bag, or I'm chasing still chasing that Babylonian dream. No, but because I'm chasing the will of my power in Yahawashi Yahawashi, so that we can receive salvation. It says, verse 17, she filleth all their house with things desirable, and the garners with her increase. She say she filleth all their house with things desirable. Like, what else could you want for the Lord to fill you with all things that are desirable? Yo, you look at men that's in this truth, and you're like, hey man, like, shoot, I pray the Lord increase me and put me on that brother level. I pray that the Lord use me like that. You know what I'm saying? Or I pray the Lord allow me to know the Hebrew like that. Just certain things, just certain gifts that brothers have. You know what I'm saying? And not necessarily being covetous, but just desiring righteous things. You know what I'm saying? The desiring the gifts that come from Yahawashi Yahawashi. You start to see how the Lord use certain brothers that make you desire those things. Like, Lord, use me like that. And you know what I'm saying? That as long as you continue to fear the Lord and give your mind to the law, statutes, and commandments, the Lord increase you. The Lord will put you on that level. And that's what the Lord doing. The Lord is constantly building brothers up for the times that we getting ready to come into. It says, verse 18, it says, the fear of the Lord is a crown of wisdom. That's the fear of the Lord, that's a crown of wisdom. It says, making peace and perfect health to flourish, both which are the gifts of the Most High, and it enlargeth their rejoicing that love him. So the Lord will cause you to rejoice even more. We already rejoice in having the scriptures, knowing this truth, being able to serve Yahawashi Yahawashi and have a chance at salvation. But how much more as you continue to endure and continue to grow. It says, which are the gifts of the Most High, and enlargeth their rejoicing that love him. So the Lord going to enlarge our rejoicing, especially with the times that we're coming into. You know You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord doing little things for us and we happy. But how much more when we in Jacob's trouble and we in these dire situations and we need him the most? He's going to enlarge our rejoicing. It says, wisdom reigneth down skill and knowledge of understanding, and exalted them to honor that hold her fast. And so once we start to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, we start to increase. We got to hold fast that thou hast, that no man can take that crown. It said, because she reigneth down skill and understanding. Skill at what? How to maneuver in this life, how to move. We said he sent us forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. We got to be therefore harmless as serpents, wise as serpents, harmless as doves. That's skill. To know how to move and how to maneuver in the midst of perverseness and all this wickedness. Because guess what? It not all begins with the fear of the Lord. That's why we need the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because when you fear Yahawashi, you're like, hell no, I ain't doing that. Or no, I ain't doing this, and I ain't doing that either. I don't want the Lord to fuck me up. But then once the Lord started to rain down understanding and skill, and shit, even going back to the point I made earlier, you'll learn like certain stuff might not be off. You be like, but it's all with temperance. You got to do things with temperance. Because we supposed to be temperate in all things. So in understanding that, you like, no, I ain't. Yeah, hell yeah, I probably did that, like a couple times last week. I'm gonna take the low this week. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell yeah, you know what I mean? Like, cause we walking on pins and needles because we so scared that the Lord gonna jack us up. So if you really fear Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, you're gonna be temperate. You're gonna govern your lives. You're gonna discipline yourself. What? To walk in, so that you can walk in the spirit. Because when you walking in the spirit, then you fulfilling you gonna bring forth the fruit of the spirit, and you're gonna please Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. But if you ain't walking according to the ways of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, fearing and love, then you're gonna be doing what you want to do, pleasing the flesh, and you ain't gonna be bringing forth the fruit of the spirit, and therefore the Lord ain't gonna be pleased with you. Then there's a judgment that's gonna come forward. And that's the last thing we want to do is fall into the hands of the living power, because the scriptures say in Hebrews 10:31, it's a terrible thing to fall in the hands of the living power. So there are true benefits in fearing Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. And with these benefits of fearing Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, it's going to damn sure make you a man of the Lord, because it's going to add into you all the things that you need to please our power. So Lord willing, this video was edifying, and I'm gonna end giving all honor, glory, and infinite praises unto Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. We'll give double honors to our apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the Sensei Akim, labored in this truth, preaching and teaching, believing on the name Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, and peace, blessings, and salutations to the men, women, and children that believe on the name Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. Until the next time, I say, Kwam Yashala.